And that is Fitzgerald out front. We're down to 17 seconds to play here in the period. And there's that Roadhouse USA scoreboard. Austin 14, Providence 12, down to 10 seconds. Pioneers with it, working for the last shot of the quarter. Fitzgerald, they need to make their move. Inside they go, shot up and no good. They missed a bunny right inside, and we played a quarter of basketball. Austin leads Providence 14-12 on the Scott County Community Channel.
Drugstore has been locally owned and operated by pharmacists John Craig and Ron West for the past 24 years. They offer convenient hours and a personal touch with every prescription they fill. They offer UPS shipping, an up-to-date computer system, and the convenience of a drive-up window to assist parents when their children are ill. Hallmark cards and gifts, Purdue, IU, UK, and other college items. And don't forget our famous old-fashioned soda fountain, featuring the best homemade French fries around. That's Hancock's Drugstore in Cooney's Corner, Scottsburg.
It is 14-12 after one quarter, and Dave, that was a quick quarter.
Really quick quarter, Mike. Eagles 5 out of 11 from the field that first quarter, but they had 5 turnovers, Mike, and that's hurt them a little bit. 5 turnovers. He had 3 assists, so they're in pretty good shape going into the second quarter.
It should be Pioneers basketball as we start the second 8 minutes of this first half. And it is in the ball game for the Eagles. It's Peterson, Eldridge, Holland, Smith, and Connor. And this is Miller with the basketball for the Pioneers. And Miller works it right side, looks low. Now back out front to Fitzgerald, left side. Gets it down low into Miller. Miller on the baseline. Benedetti with it. Shot, no good. Rebound, Providence. Benedetti head fake out front. Drives over Holland and good.
Got to roll. That's a nice drive. Last head fake. And take it in.
Peterson down to Connor on the right side. And that is Derek Eldridge out front with it. Picks his dribble up, ball knocked loose.
A lot of contact.
Number 14, Derek Eldridge is first.
There's a case where I think, both the guys had contact. I think they called a second foul.
So more contact down low.
A great call there. Jared Peterson came over and got a charge out of that because he had drove around Jeremy Holland and was in for a wide open layup, and he pulled up and took the charge.
Austin 21, Josh Cooper, and 23, Donnie Chambers.
Chambers in and
Coomer's in.
Coomer in. So the original starting 5 back in the ballgame for the Eagles. We're locked up at 14. With 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Coomer with it. Gets it over to Ty Peterson. That's Eldridge. He drives on down in the corner. He's in trouble down there. Looks
Providence
for someone to go
puts a lot
to.
of pressure on you.
And traveling on Austin.
That really wasn't his fault. He jumped so high to save the ball, then he came down and lost his balance. It was a good effort by Josh Coomer. They call him for traveling when he moved his feet. (14-14), 6:35 left.
Here's Miller down the lane, shot up, no good, but a foul on Austin. I think they nailed Chambers with that one.
Providence plays very aggressive. They take the ball to the hole. They're very aggressive on defense. There's a lot of bumping, and he's moving a lot of players in and out there. This coach, I think he came from Texas, did he, Mike? Providence coach moved up from Texas?
Dave, I think you're right. Free throw is good by Miller. He's got 9 points. He's a leading scorer in the ball game. 9 of them here with 6.5 to play in the first half, and Providence back up by 1.
Jeremy Holland with the rebound.
Foul for Providence, number 51, Max McCray. His second, team foul number 4. Substitution for Austin, 45, Josh Smith. For Providence, number 33, J.J. McDonald.
Josh Smith's getting quite a bit of playing time here, Mike, early in this game.
Yes, he is. And here's Coomer in the backcourt. Gets it across the half-court line. And now Peterson over to Smith. And there's a strip and a steal by the Pioneers. Layup Benedetti on the other end is good. So the Pioneers lead by 3 with 6:05 to play here in the first half.
The Eagles haven't scored here.
Providence fans wanted a foul on the Eagles for an over-the-back call, and so the Pioneers on a 7-0 run here. Austin led 14-10 at one time.
Chambers, his third. Team foul number 5.
It's a big foul on Chambers, too. Derek Ellis, Peterson lobbed the ball to him, then he tried to shoot it before he came down, and it wasn't a great shot. And then Donnie came in trying to get a rebound and got the foul, and that's his third foul with 5:55 left. That's a big, big play, Mike.
Third foul on Chambers. 2 points on the night. He had 30 last week against Scottsburg. Here's a ball fake by Benedetti on the outside. Shot on the way. Fitzgerald, no good. Rebound Providence. It's Miller. Back up. Good. He's a fine player, Dave.
Nice head fake, Mike. He did a nice hesitation head fake, and the player went for it. And then he shot a layup.
Providence on a 9-0 run. And Coomer down the lane and a foul on the Pioneers.
Mike, the Eagles only have one shot so far in this quarter. And they're still on the target of 14. We got a break there on the charge. Josh Coomer went in there, and with charges, you never know what the referees are going to call. Somebody said or not. The 5th foul for Providence. The ball will be out underneath the Eagles' basket.
Here's a pass down low, and it's knocked away, and I think they say that Providence committed a travel after the steal.
The Eagles have a very small lineup in there.
Eldridge with it. Gets it deep in the corner to Coomer. Shot up and no good. And the rebound to Providence.
Got off balance on that last shot, Mike. He needs to square up and.
Wow, they call an offensive foul on the Providence Pioneers Miller. They say he hooked him, and Dave, I didn't see it.
I didn't either. They're quick, and I'm telling you, they move and hesitate, and then go with that. Jeremy Holland's back in for Josh Smith. 19-14. Coach is getting a little his opinion over to the referee at this time.
Here's Coomer with it, working it up against that Providence press. And that's Connor, lobs it out front to Peterson. We're down to 4:58 to play here in the first half, and here's Eldridge. Derek Eldridge over to Josh Coomer, long range bomb, he banked it in.
3-pointer by Josh Coomer.
He'll take it. It's 19-17. That ends a 9-0 Providence run.
When you're living right, bank a 3.
And now down they go in the lane and out of bounds.
All the ball out.
Providence 31.
Providence ball with the ball out underneath their own basket. 19-17. Providence ahead.
That's Lilly going to try and bring it in. And he gets it over to Miller in the corner. Holland on Miller. Miller trying to work past him, but he couldn't do it. So back out front to Benedetti. And Lilly with it now back to Miller. Miller with 11 points in the ball game. 19-17, 4:10 to play here in the first half. Here's Benedetti against Holland. He's way out front with it now. And now all of a sudden, Providence, here's a shot. Lilly, long-range bomb way off the mark. Shot back up and put in, though, by Combs on the inside. He's got 4, and the Pioneers lead by 4. Now Holland way on, with it on the outside. And he gets it over to Derek Eldridge. Here's Coomer. Coomer fires, and no good. And the rebound to Eldridge. Eldridge looks out for the Ty Peterson. Long-range bomb, it wouldn't go. And Jeremy Holland with the rebound. Holland gets it over to Peterson. Down low to Holland. Shot, offensive foul.
Providence fans hollering for a hook, but then they got him for an offensive charge on it. Another turnover for the Eagles. That gives them 5 for this quarter.
Well, I think they thought that if Miller or Lilly down here had the hook, then probably Jeremy did there. Here we go with the basketball. It's Providence basketball, and they lead by 4 on the Eagles' home floor on this very cool November evening here, or December evening, Dave.
Well, the Eagles are playing very cool this quarter. They've only got 3 points on that one three-pointer that was banked in.
That's Miller nailing another three-pointer. He's got 14 in the game, and Providence now leads 24-17. That's their biggest lead of the ball game. Here's Peterson with it on the outside. We're under the 2, or right at the 2.5-minute mark. And your Roadhouse USA scoreboard telling you what's going on here. And it goes out of bounds. That's Jacob Parker, who's checked into the ball game.
That could have been a foul on number 23 trying to block him out, or maybe
right.
Jacob trying to grab him. I don't know.
We got a timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. You're watching Austin Eagles basketball on the Scott County Community Channel.
Monument Company has been serving families since 1945. We understand that each family will have special needs and requirements, which is why our caring professionals will work with you every step of the way. Our company has all the industry's latest technology at its fingertips, giving us the ability to create that special memorial that your loved one so deserves. Your imagination is the limit. We will work with you to create a beautiful and meaningful memorial that will last for lifetimes to come. Timeless tributes to your family from our family. Fuel Monument Company in Scottsburg.
Eagles with only 3 points in this quarter, Mike. They was ahead 14-12 after 1. Now it's 24-17. They're falling behind by 7 points. It'll be Providence ball with 2:41 left in the second quarter.
So the Pioneers with a 7-point lead and trying to extend that. And that's Miller in the backcourt. He's got Connor all over him. Up on the left side, they go to number 5, Lilly. And Lilly goes over to number 23, Jonathan Lilly. Number 5 is Matt Lilly. Here's Miller back to Jonathan. Did I say Miller? I didn't want to say Millie. And here's a shot up on the inside. No good. Off the board. And the rebound comes out to Eldridge. Nobody really pounding the glass this evening, Dave Deaton.
No. I mean, the Eagles are basically plagued with turnovers, much like we saw with the Lady Eagles the other night.
Here's Peterson trying to get it low down to Holland, and he does so, and then a foul on Providence.
Yeah, Jeremy posted up strong there, and they finally got it in there to him. So, and he's going to the free throw line again, so that is a good sign. He's going for 1 and 1. And we said, you know, if he can get to the line 8 to 10 times a game, then the Eagles have a good chance of winning these games.
Free throw by Holland is no good, and the rebound comes off to Providence, so it's still a 7-point lead. Miller down the lane, shot up, and no good, but a foul on Austin.
Miller's a tough little guard.
Now for Austin, number 31.
Yes, he is.
We're having a tough time staying with his quickness.
He's a 6-foot junior.
Kevin Miller.
So his team leading by 7, and he's at the free throw line with 14 points on the night already. And that's good. It's 15. So Coomer in, Peterson out. That's the second foul on Peterson, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And Donnie Chambers went to the bench with 5:55, I think, and he was going with 3 fouls.
He nailed the second one, so Miller was 16. And it's a 9-point Providence lead.
Lost.
Did you lose your sound? Your battery may be going down there. I don't know. That help any? Channel's not right, though. What channel should he be on? 2, Dave. But you've got battery there, too. So Holland's going to go back to the free throw line for Austin. The Eagles led at one time in this game, 14-10. Since then, they've been outscored by the Pioneers, 16-3. Free throw by Jeremy Holland is good for only his 4th point of the night, and 2 of those from the line. So the Pioneers have did a good job holding down the big Austin scoring star, and that's his 5th point of the night. Pioneers basketball with 1:04 to play. Benedetti with it. And a shot on the way. Long range bomb, good, a 3. So Benedetti with 9, and the Pioneers lead by 10 again at 29-19. Shot on the other way, Coomer no good. Eldridge with a tap up, no good. And Miller gets the rebound, and it's going to be Providence basketball. So with 44 seconds to play here in the first half, the Eagles digging a hole for themselves, down by 10 at 29-19.
Had 1 field goal in this quarter.
Right side, Benedetti. Out front, that's Miller. Pulls up left side, works it back out now to Fitzgerald. They look like they want to let some air out of the basketball here, Dave, and try to keep that 10-point lead at halftime. Here's Miller with it. We're down to about 15 seconds. And now, here's Miller. Miller with it. Down to 8 seconds and a foul on Josh Coomer. Ron Hahn, Austin basketball coach. Ron wanted it to go the other way. With 7.4 seconds to play, folks. Miller is going to go to the free throw line. And Providence leading by 10.
1 field goal, Mike, is all we've been able to accomplish, plus 2 free throws in this quarter. That's a long drought, and the Eagles are digging themselves a great hole to get out of. 29-19.
Miller's free throw is good. He's had himself a big night already, 17 on the night, and his team leads by 11 at 30-19.
They have come in and took it to the Eagles in this second quarter, Mike.
He's got 18, and now it's 31-19. They've outscored Austin 21-5 in the period. Parker, baseline jumper, get in there, good. Big shot by Austin's Jacob Parker, and the Eagles cut it to 10, but we've played a half of basketball, and the Austin Eagles are trailing the Pioneers of Providence 31-21. So I said 21. They were outscored by
19.
Yeah, it was 19 points in the quarter. So right now we're going to keep it here, folks, as we're going to be involved with this ceremony that's going to honor some of our former coaches who left the coaching ranks here at Austin within the past school year. I think there's how many is there? There's 8 of them. So we will talk about that, as Dave Deaton is one of those as he leaves. And I'm now joined by John Watts, and we're just about ready to get this thing going here. But John, here in the first half, the Eagles.
We have a special presentation tonight. Tonight at Austin High School's athletic department is happy to honor 8 former coaches. Each has meant a lot to the athletic programs at Austin High School and are responsible for many successes in a number of sports. They represent a combined total of 185 years of coaching experience. Over these years, they've touched the lives of countless numbers of student athletes, guiding many teams and individuals to successes both in and out of the athletic arena. At this time, Mr. Mike Deaton, athletic director, would like to make a presentation to each coach. First, we have Miss Charlie Fraley. Miss Fraley was our girls cheer coach the past 3 years. Next, Mrs. Teresa Barrett. Mrs. Barrett served as our boys cheer coach the past 22 years. Mr. Kevin Owens, boys basketball. Mr. Owens has served as both junior varsity and varsity assistant coach the past 10 years. Mr. Ben Watts. Over the past 23 years, Mr. Watts has coached girls basketball, junior varsity, girls cross country, boys varsity baseball. He coached the 2002 baseball sectional champions. Mr. Barry Parks, boys track. Mr. Parks has served as both head coach and assistant coach the past 30 years. A number of individuals have won conference titles as well as advanced to the state level during his tenure. Mr. David Deaton. Mr. Deaton has coached boys basketball, girls basketball, and baseball. He has been varsity assistant and assistant coach in these sports, which have had numerous accomplishments in his 31 years of involvement. Mr. Andy Watts. Mr. Watts has been both assistant and head coach of boys track. His 33 years as head coach of boys cross country included 6 Mid-Southern Conference championships, sectional championships in 1992 and 1998, 1 regional champion in 1998, and 1 individual state champion. Mr. Watts. Mr. Dan Deaton. Mr. Deaton has served as head baseball coach, junior varsity and varsity assistant in boys basketball, and head coach in girls basketball. Highlighting his 33 years of coaching includes our 1998-1999 state runner-up girls basketball team. The athletic department would like to thank you for your attention, and please join in thanking all our former coaches at Austin High School.
Our halftime score, 31-21. The Eagles trailing the Pioneers by 10 points. We'll be back with some halftime statistics. You're watching Austin Eagles basketball on the Scott County Community Channel.
At Scottsburg Building and Loan, we provide home equity
Hey, you guys need to
loans,
pop me down in there. I can hear that.
savings programs, Christmas Club savings accounts, share loans, choice of retirement fund programs, and prompt and individual services to our customers. Call 752-3230 today to set up an appointment and to discuss your needs.
It's 31-21. The Eagles trailing by 10 here in their third game of the season. Let's take a look at the individual scoring, and then John Watts will give us some team stats here in just a second. It was Kevin Miller leading the way for the Pioneers. He has 18 of the 31 points. Benedetti has 9. Combs has 4, and that is the scoring for those Pioneers this evening. For the Austin Eagles, they are struggling a little bit offensively with only 21 points. They did lead 14-12 coming into this quarter. Jeremy Holland with 5 points on the night. Donnie Chambers with 2. Josh Coomer has hit 3 3-pointers for 9 points to lead the scoring. Derek Eldridge has a 3-pointer as well, and Jacob Parker has a 2-point field goal for the Eagles. 31-21. John's got some team stats.
Mike, for Providence, they are 10 for 16 from the 2-point range, 2 for 6 from the 3-point range, which is a total of 12 for 22 for 48% there that first half. They've got 1 assist, 3 turnovers, 10 total rebounds there, 6 offensive rebounds there in that first half for the Providence Pioneers. They were 5 for 6 from the free throw line. For the Austin Eagles, they were 3 for 11 from the 2-point range, 4 for 9 from 3-point range, for 7 for 20 for the first half. They had 4 assists. They also had 10 turnovers in that first half, Mike, 11 rebounds, and they were 4 for 5 from the free throw line.
John Dave and I were talking about it. Nobody really in there pounding the glass this evening.
No, you can. We're really getting beat on those offensive rebounds. Providence getting a lot of second shots and a lot of shots inside the paint for the Providence Pioneers. That's the reason their field goal percentage is so high. They're taking a lot of their shots just inside the paint. And with the presence of Holland in there and a couple of big long arms, Providence should not be able to score that easy inside on us.
The Eagles are back in action after tonight on the road at Henryville, or on the road at New Washington this coming Tuesday night. And then a week from tonight, they are on the road at Henryville. We're going to take our final break, and when we come back, we'll have the play-by-play of tonight's basketball game between Austin and Providence. You're watching Austin Eagles basketball on the Scott County Community Channel.
At Scottsburg Building and Loan, we provide home equity loans, savings programs, Christmas Club savings accounts, share loans, choice of retirement fund programs, and prompt and individual services to our customers. Call 752-3230 today to set up an appointment and to discuss your needs.
502-098.
31-21. And
Bench immediately.
John, it'll be interesting to see what changes the Eagles made. If you remember in the Scottsburg game, Ron Hahn, he was very good at he adjusted, and the Eagles were able to really change things around and make it kind of their style in that second half against Scottsburg. It'll be interesting to see what happens here.
I really look forward to a different second half here from the Eagles. They were really helter-skelter there in the first half, weren't getting very many shots inside the paint, living down off that 3. I look for him to Coach Hahn to give them some instruction, allow them to relax a little bit, know that they're going to have their work cut out for them. In the second half, I look for them to play hard inside and hit the boards a lot harder.
I did notice this about Providence. They play good man-to-man defense.
Yes, they do. They move their feet really well. They're may not be the tallest team, but they really work hard, and they make up for their lack of height with their jumping ability and their quickness at their boards.
Well, we're just seconds away from getting this one underway, and then it'll all be history, John.
Second half's underway, and 31-21. The Eagles are really going to have to come out here and play hard in order to get themselves back in this game.
Well, I'm sure when Dave Deaton comes back, he'll probably bring that plaque and want to show it that he received down on the floor. We'll probably end up having to ask him to do something with that thing, maybe just set it on the end down here of the media bench. Yeah, go ahead and set your plaque, Dave, if you don't mind. Just set it down there. We'll look at it later. Thank you. Here we go. Holland is going to bring it in. Some of the crowd still trying to get back in here from the concession stand.